Great to hear. Can you all describe in your own words, what is a small light?
A Small Light is a story of Miep Gies, who was the woman, Otto Frank's secretary, who for 2 years helped hide Otto and his family in the face of Nazi oppression. And it's, we think, a really inspirational story of a young woman who is just starting out, newly married, who makes this sacrifice. And it's an exploration of why she made that sacrifice. And ideally, it's a tale that we can all look to as a way for us to be more conscious of empathy and kindness in our own lives.
Awesome. I also want to know, with a lot of the historic information that's coming out, was there any information that you guys found that you want to highlight in the show?
Yeah, we found a lot of information that was not previously known. We knew that Miep and Jan hid other people in and around Amsterdam at the same time they were hiding the Frank family. The Frank family didn't know it, so it's not in Anne's diary. And through some of our research, we made a bunch of connections and discovered these nurses that Miep and Jan helped hide. So we did our own sort of little investigation, and we made a bunch of connections and discoveries and put that all in the story.
And it was nice that we were then able to share our research and the translations that we made with the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam. So all of that is now on file with them for future historians or storytellers.
Awesome, great to hear. And with the filming and the writing, it's a lot emotion that's from the situation that went on during World War II. Was there a specific part that was just very emotional for you?
Yeah, I mean, all of it really. I think just the relationships between Miep and the Frank family, particularly the girls, were really moving to me. Miep was an only child and she had adoptive brothers, but just the idea that she got to be kind of a big sister figure to these girls and inspire them in a way and care for them in a way was part of her coming of age, and I thought a really meaningful way. So I don't know, anytime there were scenes with Miep and the younger girls, I found it really emotional. But yeah, I mean, the whole experience of making the show was constantly having to balance how intensely emotional we all felt telling that story.
Yeah.
We had to sort of pace ourselves. It was a lot of
We were scouting
feelings.
locations to shoot a razzia, which is when the Nazis would come into a neighborhood and block it off and go apartment to apartment and arrest all the Jews. And Tony was scouting it, and there was a man there who had survived the Holocaust and had been through a razzia. And was now living in Amsterdam and was sort of went to schools and was a Holocaust educator. And anyway, Tony and the other, location people said, we're going to be shooting this razzia, next week, and we'll help relocate you, if you want to be elsewhere. And he said, no, he wanted to be there. It was really important that he be there. And he was there. And he sort of said, it's real. The way you guys have done it is very authentic, and it's really important that the authenticity was really important to him.
He was a character.
Yeah, Jack.
He requested at the end he requested that we take a picture of him flanked by extras in Nazi uniforms.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody's got huge smiles on their faces. It's this, it's this man with this huge Star of David and all of these,
Wow.
it was incredible. We're like, wow, this is just I don't know what to think of that. I don't know what the caption is for this photo. But yeah, that was just moments like that all the time happened,
Yeah.
Wow, that's great to hear. And lastly, with this new generation that are learning more about the Holocaust and Anne Frank, what kind of experience do you want them to have when they watch the series?
Well, our intention from the beginning was to kind of clear the cobwebs off of the story, to not approach it reverently, but to show these people, as real, three-dimensional, conflicted, gray human beings. And so our goal is always that the audience feels that connection to them and does not feel the distance, and can really imagine themselves and ideally ask themselves, what would I do in that circumstance?
We also know that Anne Frank's diary and the Holocaust is being threatened in terms of being taught in schools. And so it's one of my hopes that this show will introduce people to this material, and they'll want to learn more about it, and they'll do their own deep dives.
Awesome. Thank you all for taking the time to talk to
Sure.
us, and we can't
Thank
wait to see the
you.
show.
Thanks
good.
so much.
Thank you.
Say hi to San
Thanks. Nice to
Antonio
meet you.
for me.
Oh, we will.
Thank you.